one trip and you can't get long.
Or not. Go over me, like you'll be down the bottom.
Say hello to the vlog.
No.
Why?
I'm not ready yet.
Diva.
Piss off. The track is quite long. I don't like walking, so I'm not going to track walk. We're doing a track drive. That is bank is it's quite flat.
There's not much of an incline, is there?
No.
The surface is brutal.
Jesus, tight here. Holy God.
Are we about to get in trouble?
Probably. What is up? We're back into a new video. We're here at round 6 of Formula Drift in Seattle, and we're not sweating, and I've already drove. So, after a mighty start, I can still get my gloves on that quite easy, which is great. Like, the weather here is actually really nice. The sun is out, but it's still quite breezy. We have our first practice session in the bag, and everything seems to be going pretty good, to be fair. We had a coil pack jump up here, so this guy was a bit loose. For some reason we do struggle with this issue with this engine, especially like Rome's car had the same issue all season. I don't know how, because we run the same coil packs in our JZ back home, and we don't have anything for the rubber to clip into, and they stay on the spark plugs like no issue. So mid-range it is an issue, but yeah, I just heard a slight misfire in the bank. I didn't want the engine to go, so I just shut it down, came in, we're going to just check the logs, make sure everything's okay, and then we're going to wait for the next practice session to go back on track. But yeah, to be honest, the car feels good, the track is very cool, the bank is like when we walked it and I drove it in the rental car, I was like, it doesn't feel that long, but when you're in the drift car going sideways, you have to concentrate so much on the wall, like for the whole way. Like it's kind of like a mind game in the car. In my first lap, I only focused on the wall for like the start of it, and then I started thinking about like the decel into outer two, and it completely messed up the wall. So like you have to really think about the wall until the very, very end, and then leave it. So it's a bit confusing, because I've never drove a zone that's that big basically. But yeah, the rest of the track is not impossible, but it is very technical. It slows down a lot, but yeah, the car feels fast. We're still on the 275s, and to be honest, I only have like 4 or 6 295s left, because the drivers that I took the tyres from at the last round wanted them back, which makes no sense to me, but they wanted them back, so I don't really have enough tyres for competition. So we only have a lot of 275s, so I'm thinking about maybe reducing the weight of the car, because we have added some ballast to get to the class tyre that we need. So we can remove some weight, which then means that our car will be still fairly fair on that 275, because right now the car feels quite fast and we're not even fully hooked up. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. We'll see how fast other people start getting. And once it comes to like main day, we'll probably try to time some runs in seeding tonight, because I presume that like Odie, Brandon, Gucci, all those drivers in seeding tonight are going to have quite a hooked up car. So at least we'll be able to get some good data from that, and then compare it to like our runs today, and we'll know if the car is going to be fast enough or not basically. But yeah, other than that, it's a very good first practice session and feels quite good.
I guess he trusted Rome, and Rome was not on the right mind, and then they both went.
So we have the first 2 sessions of practice done. Car feels pretty good, I must say, but in the second session the track tripped up a lot, and yeah, basically we just have too much grip now as we initiate into the bank, and our tyre keeps falling off. But if you look here, there's quite a lot of stretch with the 275 on the 10.5-inch rim, so that is where our issue lies. I'm sure of it, basically. But we don't have any 9.5-inch rims, so we're just going to use these for practice, try to get all that done and out of the way. And then we have seating tonight that we get to watch and we don't get to compete in, which is great. But yeah, other than that, we've had a broken fan. Brian went to like a pick and pull, like car dismantlers, got a fan, and to be honest, it feels as good, if not better. So hopefully that'll do the job. And other than that, we've had some little contact with the wall when we were following Rome. I just kind of trust him on the first transition, and he went in deep. Luckily, not too much damage to his car either, so we just both knocked off the bumper and we got out of it. But I was thinking it was going to be a lot of damage, so I was like, oh no. But yeah, we're kind of good to go now. There's still an hour and 40 minutes of warm-up, so we're going to wait till the end to try to get like the best reference that we can for like the evening time trippiness, because the more rubber that goes down, the cooler the track gets, the faster the track's going to get. So we're going to wait and then see how the track feels later on in the evening, because top 16 tomorrow will be later on in the evening, so we need to prepare to have the setup good for that, basically. But yeah, in the meantime, we might go watch some and then come back and do our last 3 hours practice, and that's day 1 done. He was like, so everybody is fucked, this is fucked, that's fucked, the fuck.
Yeah, everything's fucked. Job's fucked. Beep, 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 beep. So this is my GT86, lads. Don't slag me about my car. It has a great engine. Makes 500 brake horsepower. Bluetooth engine. All jokes aside, shit day. Everything is tore apart, as you can see back here. First practice lap this morning, unfortunately lost the piston, all the pistons actually, which I'll show you. So everything is obviously not supposed to look like this. 0 practice today, which is pretty shitty and not ideal, but obviously the guys are trying to figure out a solution. We've kind of used basically all of our spare parts all year. Sam is flying in right now from California with the pistons what we need to rebuild the block. It's now like, what time is it right now, like 8 o'clock, and we have practice at 10 o'clock in the morning, so he doesn't get here until midnight with pistons. So if we go inside, you will see the engine out of the car is not supposed to look like this. If you've never seen an engine before. Yeah, there's some holes in there as the pistons are out. So yeah, this has kind of been going on one problem with this car, and we didn't realize how bad it was until it finally went bang today. This car, I think, just kind of is one of those things where, yeah, lots of things what we touch is first, but we won't get into that right now, or else I'll be in a bad mood. But basically, we had cylinder 2 a little bit down on compression, and was leaking through the ring seals of the pistons. When we opened the engine today, we realized that there was actually a lot more wrong. So whether it was something what happened when the dry sump belt came off with this engine in Orlando, many different things, or the tune got a little bit mixed up because of NOS and different versions of the engine and all that stuff. So I'm not really used to having these kind of problems, to be honest, and when I do, I have a great team what kind of takes care of it all. So obviously this is my first time working with this team, brand new team, first time working with these people, and everybody's trying their best. Obviously we wish that situations could be better sometimes, but that's just the joy of growing together. It's been one of those years where I can show you. So yeah, these pistons are definitely not supposed to look like that. So as you can see, it's ate away the material, and yeah, basically wrecked all the pistons look like that. We done 1 practice lap today, and actually the engine made more power than ever, never felt better. And then at the end of the run, it was like, oh, there's a problem here. And came in and yeah, figured out fast what was wrong. But obviously, new team, they're not willing to give up. Sam is flying in, giving Sean the pistons, and Sean's going to try rebuild the motor tonight, and then obviously get it back in the car in the morning and try get a practice lap, and yeah, see what it goes. This whole year has been a little bit of a wash when it comes to Formula Drift anyway, so we're not stressing too much about the result tomorrow. It's not like we're in a fight for a championship, but we don't want to give up. Obviously there's a lot of people that have invested in this program, a lot of sponsors, and I personally feel like I've let a lot of people down this year. It's been pretty rough to drive off those emotions, knowing that there could be we've always been pretty close to a good result, and then every single time we think it's close, something else happens. So unfortunately this is probably the biggest blow that we've had, but hopefully the guys get it fixed and we can come back tomorrow, and yeah, the story would be quite nice if we had a good result tomorrow for sure. But the joys of the game, Jack's driving good. I went out to watch his last practice session tonight, so enjoyed watching, and obviously hopefully he keeps going in that form, and we finally get the battle in Formula Drift. Will be quite nice. Has it ever happened? No, it hasn't. So that would be quite cool. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, Jack. I can't promise that. Maybe you can, but I can't. So yeah, let's. I'm going to sleep because I need to drive the car. That's my job. Thankfully, I'm not an engine builder or a mechanic by any means. Jack has paid a bit of motivation into the guys from home and told them some stuff that yeah, it'll live once we just get it back together. So yeah, thank you for that, and here's my engine room in the shredder.
So it's day 2 here in Seattle. We have the car in the line. I think we're chasing Manoa first lap, but we are on our last run of the 275s before we go to the 295. So not too sure if we're going to be fast enough for Manoa, but at least they'll give us a good reference of a chase again before competition. Also, the wheel speed is wrong with the 275, so when we go to the 285 or 295, that'll be all fixed. But yeah, we have chase first, then we might go 295, do a lead, make sure the car feels okay, then do a chase again. Hopefully, depending on the cues, we only have 6 295s second hands for practice, so we'll have to just kind of make use of what we have. We do have an hour and a half practice, I think, so quite a bit of time. We're not going to be under too much pressure if the car runs smoothly, basically. But yeah, we watched back some videos from last night or from yesterday, and car definitely is stuck for wheel speed on the bank. I think that's why I'm leaving the bank a little bit too early, and maybe why it's affecting my flick, because like my clutch kick ratio from RPM to wheel speed is like not correct, basically. So I think once we go to the bigger tire, we'll have a bit more wheel speed, that when we do the clutch kick we'll have a bit more to like light up, basically. So yeah, on this run with Manoa, I'm probably going to try to do like a straight line entry with him maybe, and see how the flick works or something. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I'll see. Even if I can like get the car to light up better in the chase maybe, and like try flick up the bank with him and like get it to float in, at least then I won't dive in and like have to make an adjustment. So I'll have an old mental think about that there now in a minute and make a plan. But yeah, I better go get dressed and ready to go. Jimmy Dean, yeah, gonna go and get in the car, and hopefully today's a good day. Sun's out, it's not very warm, it's quite lovely, so yeah. I don't mind staying in the car all day today because it won't be too warm. So the battle of Castro, we had zero issues in practice, especially coming off the bank and getting into gear. But as you can see from this onboard, I will show you where the issues happened at the end of the bank. So second, third, up into fourth, up into the bank. We were a little bit low compared to what we were in practice, but we worked our way up into it. And then at the end of the bank, you would see we grabbed the handbrake and then go to downshift, but I mistimed my footing and then missed the gear, and that's what caused the dogging issue. And then as you can see in the next transition, the car shuts down because it jumps out of gear, and that is all she wrote for that battle. And then that gave a massive advantage to Castro. But yeah, I thought it was that the car didn't go into gear, but it turns out it was my own doing. downshift off the bank as normal, and for some reason it just crunched into gear and broke a dog. So
People will move.
not ideal. And then when we brought the dog, we got to the last corner, the car jumped out of gear, so I came to a stop, which handed an advantage to Castro, and it's done a good chase, but obviously the gearbox is still broken, so not ideal. But we are now on the way to the grandstand.
Coming through.
Yeah, watch out, guys, watch out. So we're now on the way to the grandstand to watch the main event. Hopefully Connor can get the job done this time. He's driving Brutski's car, Pro Spec car. So not all the power, not all the looks for sure. But he drove it pretty well, top 22. And now he's got Dylan the dozer used, so he's going to get some payback for me. And he's going to whoop his ass. So
How's your weekend going?
I'm grand.
Yeah?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Max is now a cripple.
No, I'm not a cripple.
It's okay. I have to carry him.
No, I will walk. Don't.
I'll carry you then.
No, you will not.
I'll carry you.
No,
I'll put you off my shoulder. I'll put you off my shoulder.
Not a chance. I will walk.
Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. Because guess what? We're about to blow the roof off this place. Tell your enemies. But first, it's another Irishman, Connor Shanahan. Connor Shanahan, who
That is it for. Oh, Jesus. Bless you. So that is it for round 6 of Formula Drift here in Seattle. Unfortunately, our luck bit us in the ass yet again. It is what it is. That means we are finished top 22, 0 points for this round, which is actually the first round I've had 0 points, which is quite annoying because obviously in seeding you actually have the chance to get like 12 points maximum, and obviously if you lose top 22 you get 0 points, which is a disaster. But that's how they've got the structure on this year. I think we're now 11th or 12th in championship, so 11th, yeah. So 11th championship, still not in a bad place for the last 2 rounds, because as long as things kind of go half the plan, and even if we get 2 top 16s or 2 top 8s for the next 2 events, like, do I see an event win? Not really, because with how bad our luck is, I'm not feeling 100% confident in that. But do I see more consistent results where it's like maybe 2 top 8s, maybe even a top 4, I don't know, but I'm going to be trying my best, and that's kind of all I can do. If the car lets me down, the car lets me down. I can't do anything about that. But again, did feel very comfortable in the car. Car is feeling much better now. It's very fast. The car is working great. Utah, I think, is going to suit me, suit my style. So I'm looking forward to that and just sitting it, and yeah, hopefully we can get a better result. I may or may not be back in seeding for the next event, because it depends on if there's only 32 drivers total or if there's more. If there's more, I won't be, because I'll be after finishing 17th position. But if there is only 32 drivers, I will be back in seeding. So I wouldn't mind that, because I can then hopefully go and try finish like 1st or 2nd place in seeding, and then get my 12 points back, which would be the same as getting top 16 and a bit more this weekend. So I would prefer if Literal didn't show up for the next event and it's still 32 drivers. But yeah, that's it for this round. Next week we are back in Germany. Unfortunately, there was no vlog for Riga, because so we didn't really get enough footage to put a vlog together for Riga. I know I made it all top 4, but to be honest, all that we have from Riga is just onboards and not a whole pile of talking. So in Germany, I'm going to make it my mission to actually give you a good video. But yeah, we're in Germany next week, so we fly home tomorrow, land Monday morning, and fly back out to Germany Wednesday morning. So a very busy, quick turnaround week. But yeah, that is it from Seattle. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you can see how wild this track was from the inside, because it was very, very fast. And to be honest, I feel like I should have probably watched practice, but I watched the event from the grandstand. It's actually a wild track to watch in person. It's really, really cool. So hopefully the onboards show how mad it is from the inside. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. The channel is growing and I'm really happy for that. And once the winter comes around, hopefully we have a lot more cool projects to do. But yeah, see you in the next one. Goodbye and